Hey folks, so my dad sent me a new t-shirt. Now, if you can't read it, it says, "Are you stressed?" And yes and no, and somebody has scribbled in the no box quite stressfully. Dad was on holidays recently and he saw the shirt and he thought it just kind of, as he put it, had me written all over it. So yeah, I guess he just gets me. No big topic for tonight's video, it's just a quick check-in to see how everybody's doing. I'm personally doing fantastic. It's quite a bit later than I normally shoot, but meh, I enjoyed my day. So I popped into work yesterday, my day off, because it's the nearest shop to me, and my manager actually asked me if I'd swap my shifts around. So instead of working my usual evening shift, I was on in the morning, which meant I was finished at 3 o'clock. It was actually fantastic to have the rest of the day off, except unlike when you finish early in the summer, it's still pretty dark when I got finished, so I just came home and honestly, I got into bed for a bit and I didn't even take a nap or anything. I just ended up mindlessly scrolling the internet for far too long. But then when my friend Stu got home, I went over to his place to play some video games and we played something called Puyo Puyo Champions or something. I was not good at it. Here's a quick screenshot. Now that's a shot I actually got from online, but if you look at it, it fairly accurately sums up our games, where Stuart's score is ridiculously high and mine was ridiculously low, and his screen was almost blank and mine was full of these grey dots that he'd sent over to me by somehow winning the game. But the way he was playing was totally random. He wasn't even paying attention to the sides of his screen, he was just piling up crap left and right. So when he finally started getting rid of dots, it's kind of like Tetris. He had so much crap built up that he was just getting massive combos and my screen was filling up and filling up and filling up. I finally won one. And when I say finally, I really mean finally. It's one of those games that's just addictive. Instead of most games where I'm like, this is stupid and I don't want to play, I was literally saying, this is stupid. We're playing again and again and again. So yeah, it was a fun but frustrating game, and to be honest, I still don't know how the scoring system works. Even the game that I won, I think, was an accident. I don't think he did anything wrong, I think I just somehow did something right, and then when I got home, I noticed a couple of things. First of all, I came across a new wand maker on Instagram called Brown and Lobbin, I think. Yeah, Brown and Lobbin. I'm not sure if I'm pronouncing it right, but there we go. And they do some incredible work. I actually follow quite a number of wand makers on Instagram because I'm that kind of nerd. The thing that I realised was that I haven't actually made any wands in ages myself. The last one I made was for my friend James from my rugby team, and that must have been at least a month ago by now. Yeah, if you didn't already know, I make wands, and that's actually how I ended up volunteering at WizardCon just gone, because one of the volunteers from the previous year saw me and saw my wands and said, hey, you should totally come to WizardCon. So yeah, by the way, tickets for next year's WizardCon, which is at the end of May, are on sale now at www.wizardcon.ie, and you should definitely check them out. It's going to be the most fun weekend you've had all summer if you like Harry Potter. Even if you don't, I mean, there were so many parents and stuff there last year who had a blast, and they really thought, okay, I'm going to drag myself along because of the kids, and they had a great time. This is actually the first wand I ever made. Now, if you do look at the likes of Brown and Lobbin, they use a lathe for theirs, whereas I hand carve everything. And I'll be honest, that was as much a financial choice as an artistic one. But that means that the first time I ever tried wood carving, I carved in this spiral and stuff myself, and I finished the wand quite well. And I'm really happy with it, and it's served me very well since. Actually, speaking of hand carving your wands, if you look at Crooked Wands on Instagram, he hand carves all his as well, and his stuff is incredible too. So shout out to you, Crooked Wands. I was watching a video recently from Shin Lim where he does this wand spinny thing as he vanishes a coin, and I think he got it from Di Vernon. I can't do the spinny thing because actually that's probably the best I've got so far, but I'm not dexterous enough. Which brings me on to the other thing I've been neglecting, and that is magic. After scrolling through Instagram, I was watching a video on YouTube from Brian Brushwood, who was talking about the one fatal mistake that every beginner in magic does. Now, I did notice early on that it was actually something that I was doing, and I noticed it was a bad thing then, so I was trying to avoid it. And to be honest, I think I was doing pretty good. But it was a relief to see like professional magicians talk about the same thing and how they still do it from time to time and how they have to work into avoiding it, and the whole splitting your brain into the stage crew side and the narrative side, and being able to like not just do two things at once but completely separate those two things. So while I'm working with the cards here, I'm telling you a story about how my grandfather used to build Swiss clocks and stuff over here. So they're totally unrelated, and that builds for a better experience and a better trick. And that made me realise I hadn't practiced any magic in forever either. I haven't even picked up my cards in months, apart from when I went to the Halloween party from Melissa from WizardCon, and I met a guy there called Connor, who I started doing a trick for, and it turns out he used to be a magician too, and probably a better one. Yeah, so that just made me think I really need to get back into this and get back into magic as a whole, because I love it a lot and it's a fun hobby and it's something to do, and no, I still can't do that. I'm going to put this down. Finally, I just wanted to say thanks to everybody who's been watching so far. I looked at my YouTube analytics and my videos have reached over 1,000, not views, but cumulative minutes watched. Which means for the people that are watching these videos, together you've all spent over 16 and a half hours watching me have these little rambly talks. And I really appreciate it. And if you like them, give them a thumbs up. And if you really like them, you can share the videos with other people you think might like them too. It'd be really great for me and my ego, but also, as cliched as it is, I'd love to actually be able to build an audience and build a community here where we have a lot more interaction and feedback. But for anybody who has watched and obviously liked and commented on my videos, then yeah, I really appreciate you guys, and keep it up. Speaking of, actually, I asked yesterday about what do you do when you have a day free and nothing to do, and what do you do to relax in a time like that? And Keith from WizardCon as well said that he makes videos. And he does, and I watch them. Keith is a huge Harry Potter collector, and the number of different copies of the books he has, I've honestly lost count of at this stage. He actually owns replica Nimbus 2000, like life size, which, to be fair, I don't think he was entirely sober what he ordered, but still, this thing's amazing. So if you like Harry Potter at all, go to YouTube and search for the Metalhead Potterhead, same name on Instagram, and yeah, check his videos out, they're a lot of fun. But for now, folks, that's everything from me. Again, just a quick check-in tonight, but I will talk to you guys tomorrow. So for now, bye. So guess what? Nope. Who might want to see them as... Nope.